when you're working in graphite, you don't have the impact of colour to give it that wow factor. So you have to use your contrasts. And there's a saying that colour gets all the honour and glory, but values do all the work. And if you keep that saying in mind as you're working in graphite, it's really helpful. So your values and your contrast, that's the power of a graphite drawing. So use it to the best advantage. Preserve your lights at the beginning and work through to as black as you can get. You know, once you're happy with all the layout and your anatomy, you know, go in with some really good darks. And don't be afraid to use your darks, because that's what gives you lovely contrast. And this drawing in particular is about the light, so I've got to have that impact of light and get that across in my drawing. So we're going to look at the value scale now and how I use it to help me in my graphite drawings. For this value scale, I only used a 2B and a 3B, and you can see how black you can get with just these two grades of pencil. Now I do favour the Staedtler Mars Lumograph because I find they're not as shiny as some of the other brands, and also the quality is superb, so it's very consistent. If you get little lumps of clay in some of the cheaper pencils, it can score your paper, and that can be a bit of a disaster. So this value scale I've made is very simple. We've got the white of the paper is 1, and then down here 9 is black. So the mid-range here is 5, the mid-tone. So when I'm drawing something like the lioness is there, if this is their body colour, that's the mid-tone. So everything above that mid-tone, and this is just a general guideline, but it's just a helpful visual to guide you with your values. So everything above the mid-tone we would say is in the light family. So your highest, of course, your highest highlight would be the white, and then you gradually get darker and darker, reach a mid-tone, and then pretty much we might say everything below the mid-tone would be in your shadow family. This is just a generalization to help you process, you know, what's happening with light and shade. And this is a great exercise to do. I've done it numerous times, always enjoy doing it. So you move from your highlight, it actually helps the skill using just a 2B, moving in the direction of the sphere. You're virtually turning a flat circle into a 3-dimensional object, and then thinking about your light and shade and a bit of reflected light here. So it doesn't hurt to do your own value scale, and again it's all about layering and pressure and getting your values correct. So I hope you find this helpful.